What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel and the video review of the QAV105 by Aurora RC. It is the 105 millimeter brushless FPV racer, and this one here is the BNF FR Sky version, and it is looking just like a QAV. Nice, huh? 105 millimeters, and I'm going to nickname it the Baby QAV. Yeah, it is looking fantastic. Now it has the 2 millimeter single piece frame, an X frame, but the wheelbase is shorter from front to back than from side to side, and the top plate here measures in at 1 millimeters. Now there's four of these blue standoffs that's holding the top plate to the bottom plate, and there's a couple of side plates here in the front right here, and that is to hold the camera in place. And we are given a camera that is the RunCam Micro Swift. Check that out. Very nice upgraded camera on one of these micro racers. It is a 600 TV line CCD camera, and it's got a whopping 165 degree ultra wide field of view, so that is just going to be a fantastic field of view. And it is adjustable, angle tilt adjustable by loosening up the screws right on the side plate there on both sides, and you can tilt adjust the angle of the camera. Now it is coupled with a VTX that is integrated into the flight controller. Yeah, it is very similar. I believe it is the same setup as the one I've just done, and that one was the awesome UAV's F100 Micro, and it's got the same setup, the same flight controller, and the same BLHeli PDB board on the bottom. So the VTX is a 48 channel 5.8 gigahertz 25 milliwatt VTX, and it has a dipole antenna attached to it via a IPX connector, and it is the 3 dBi dipole antenna. And to change the channels on this baby here is exactly the same as the awesome F100. There is a button to change the channels and the frequency right here. Long press it and you go into the changing mode, and then you can short press it to change the frequency, and once your frequency is set, long press to set it, and then you can start short pressing it to change the channels and long press it to set the frequency and the channel together. And it is displayed by a red light for the frequency and a blue light for the channels. Now the flight controller is the OMNIBUS F3 flight controller with Betaflight OSD pre-installed on it, and there is the micro USB port right on the side. And the PDB board is the 4-in-1 BLHeli S 10 amp ESCs, and they support DShot 600 as well as 2 to 3S batteries. And if you notice, it is a plug and play board, guys, so the motor wires run to the board and it is attached it via connectors. That is awesome. So there is no soldering involved in attaching the motor, so one of the motors blow out, get a replacement and plug and play, and you are good to go. The motors here are the 1105 7000 kV Aurora RC motors, and the props are the 2435. Slightly bigger props on this one, and it is the 4-bladed props. It looks like the Gemfan props, but there's no Gemfan logo. I'm pretty sure it is Gemfan props. Now this model here did not come with a battery, but the product page says it should come with a 500 milliamp size battery, so there might be units sent out to reviewers without the battery. But the battery strap was strapped onto the top plate, and it was just a rubber band that was pre-installed on the top plate. But if you put the battery on the top plate, it's just going to make the quadcopter top heavy. So I snipped it off and I put a Velcro strap on the bottom here. You got tons of room to put even the thickest of Velcro straps right underneath of the PDB board, so that is just fantastic. And what I did too on it is I put a zip tie on the power cable, the JST power cable, to the hind leg to give it a little bit more support. And I did put a foam pad underneath of the frame, just hot glued a piece of foam pad so the battery rests on it and not on some of these standoff screws on the bottom of the carbon fiber frame there. Now this model here comes with a FrSky 8-channel receiver, and there it is right here on the top. It is double-sided sticky tape right on top of the flight controller, and it is highly accessible, guys. It is wide open, and there is a bind button right on the top there, so you don't have to remove any of the plates in order to access the receiver. So it was an easy bind and fly on this model, and I've got it bounded to my FrSky QX7. So we're gonna go ahead and do a little demo flight with the QAV105 by Aurora RC. And since it didn't come with a battery, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try out this battery here. This was given by the King Kong products. So this is a 350 milliamp 35C, and I'm going to use this one here, the 450 Gao-Ning battery, the 80C battery here. And this one came with the awesome UAVs F100, the 500 milliamp size battery, the 25C. So we'll check it out with these three different size batteries. All right, we are ready to go with the QAV105. Everything is bound, ready to go. So let's go ahead and take off. I'm using the 500 milliamp battery that came with the awesome F100. So let's check it out. Nice, nice. Okay, it's got a slight left drift. Yeah, I must have calibrated it slightly off balanced. Yeah, because there's no breeze here today as well. Very nice. And this QAV105 does come with preset PIDs from the factory, but what I did was I switched it over to Betaflight default PIDs with D values 30 and 35. So we're checking it out with the Betaflight default PIDs instead of the factory PIDs that it came with. Punch out. It's got power. Yep, definitely got a lots of power. Yeah, nice and smooth. I'm kind of worried about the wheelbase being shorter from front to back. Usually from a couple of other quadcopters, when the wheelbase is shorter from front to back, it does give off a lot of vibrations because the props are so close together while it's pitching forward like that. It's doing fantastic. Very quiet. It's got tons of power, guys, with this 2S battery. I don't know if you need 3S. As well as the F100 that I just recently done. I didn't fly that baby with 3S either. I don't think you really need to fly these micros with 3S. It does fantastic with just 2S. Look at that. I mean, that's tons of power, tons of speed there, man. Nice. It's got tons of power, guys. More power than you really need. One more punch out. Look at that. I mean, that is good enough. All right, let's bring it in here. Flicking it over to acro mode here, and let's check out the flips. Yep, doing some flips with the QAV105. Woohoo! Okay, I went out of my range for line of sight acro, switched back to stabilized mode, stability mode here to bring it back. Very hard to tell the orientation. I see the blue standoff reflecting off the light. I'm not sure if it was the front or the back. It would have benefited from some LED lights on this one as well, and some buzzer too. just in case you lose the model. All right, so let's bring it in here. And oh, there's a big bird flying around. Man, that's like a hawk. Woohoo! That's a huge guy there. Checking my QAV105 out. See if it can have this for breakfast. All right, back to acro, and let me do a couple more side flips. There you go. Nice, nice. And this Taranis QX7 is proving to be very nice. Very nice to control. So there we go, guys. The QAV105 line of sight. And let's bring this baby down for a landing and slap on some goggles and do some FPV. Nice. Alright, we are ready to go. I'm using the 350 milliamp size battery here to see what kind of battery drain this baby has here. So let's check it out. This is my first FPV flight with the QAV105. Very nice and smooth and stable, guys. Right off the bat, yep, it is very nice. Not bad, not bad. Okay, remember this one has a 8-channel receiver, so you can't go too far with these babies here. Slightly over 100 meters is just about the maximum distance, and it is looking very, very nice. Man, this RunCam is really nice, guys. The field of view is fantastic. Okay, I am in stability mode. Let me go ahead and switch over to air mode. Yeah, no wonder it was nice and stable. Okay, here we go. We are in air mode. Nice. A tiny bit of prop wash, but that is okay. Pretty nice. Very nice. This thing handles like a dream. And the battery is depleting really fast, and we are back up to 7 volts. So that's a 350 milliamp size battery there. And it is handling it very nicely. Wow, this quadcopter is nice, guys. Very smooth. And I'm very impressed with this RunCam Micro Swift. Very, very nice. Okay, I'm gonna bring it in. But this battery is lasting. Check it out. We're back up to 7 and we're hovering right up there. Nice, huh? Okay, pretty good. You don't want to go below 6.5. That's when, yeah, the battery drain becomes inevitable and there's no turning back.
20 seconds.
Okay, let's go ahead and land this baby right here.
10, 9.
Nice, nice. I really like this baby
6,
here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, we are just about ready to go with our second flight, and this time I'm using the Gao Nang 450 milliamp size battery. So I'm in air mode already. All right, arming the motors, and let's check it out. Very nice. Very accurate of a flyer, this one, man. And it's doing fantastic with the Betaflight default PIDs.
2
I like the PIDs a lot better than the PIDs that comes with this setup here. Or I haven't really tried it, but I tried the F100 yesterday and not bad, huh? QAV105, very, very nice handling quadcopter, man. Lots of hang time, unbelievable for a 2S battery flyer, isn't it? Very, very smooth. Did I get a little bit of a distortion on the video feed? It kind of got blurry a little bit upon that move, couple of moves. Maybe the battery is starting to go a little bit soft.
30 seconds.
Not bad at all.
20 seconds.
I'm having a lot of fun with this QAV. Baby QAV.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
All right,
2,
our 3
1.
minutes is up, but the
9
battery
minutes left.
battery voltage is still at a 7. Check it out. So you are able to get a lot more than 3 minutes flight time with this baby here. So the battery drain is just awesome. There is no droppage, there is no brownouts, there is no flip of death, and this baby here performs fantastic. No wonder it costs so much. This one costs a lot more than some of the other micros, and I was wondering why that is. Very nice, guys. Still got tons of flight time, and I am at 3 minutes and 40 seconds now, flying around. Not bad at all. Fantastic. You're gonna squeeze out 4 minutes of flight time with this baby here. Whoop. Okay, we are getting down to the nitty gritty, 6.7, so let's give it a landing right here. Nice. Very, very nice. Awesome flyer, man. Awesome flyer. The baby QAV, guys. All right, so that is the Aurora RC's QAV105. Fantastic little brushless micro quadcopter. I flew it a few more times using some different batteries, and I did crash a little bit, broke a couple of props, but that is about it, guys. This thing is hard as a rock. The frame is just intact, no problem with the frame. Just a couple of these very fragile props, they busted up, but all in all, fantastic of a flyer. It did really nice with the 350 milliamp, the King Kong batteries, as well as the Gao Neng batteries. The Gao Neng batteries, the 80C batteries, they are just fantastic. And it did okay with the 500 milliamp size battery that came with the awesome F100 micro quadcopter that I just done a review on as well. So this is basically just about the same as the F100, but better camera. And the flying characteristics of this thing is just super awesome, man. It's got tons of power. You can do all kinds of maneuvers. You can catch yourself from a free fall, no problem. So fantastic of a flyer. And it really matched up fantastic with the Taranis QX7 as well. So there you go, guys. The review of the Aurora RC QAV105, the baby QAV. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you again next time.